Is everyone having fun in church today? Do we think we're allowed to have fun in church? No. Who's taking their Bibles next week? Well, when I bring it up, no, but when I mention that. Everyone has it on their phone though, don't they? Of course they do, of course they do. The best bit about that for me was the confusion on Stephen Sangster's face when they asked for a comb. Absolutely brilliant. Classic. You never thought through your audience there, Christina, when you picked Stephen. Absolutely brilliant. Really good. And I loved how Pastor Dan was really worried about how much was in the envelopes when he was counting them out. That was pretty good as well. So today, you've got me. Sorry to tell you. Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, good, good. They only roll me out for these kind of things, so here I am. You've got it. You'll just have to deal with it, whatever it is. Just might keep tapping, is that? Okay. Aye, so you'll just have to deal with it today. So I thought after Christina had done a game, I'm probably going to do something similar. But first of all, I want to tell you how we've arrived at Apex Airways. Does everyone like the decorations in the hall? Brilliant. So this is our inaugural flight. This is us. We are taking off today. Not sure where we're going yet. That'll maybe become apparent. I probably should know, but I don't totally know. So we're going on our Apex Airways. So when I was asked to speak today, I have got a really simple mind. Many of you might not know that, but I have got a really simple mind. So I thought along the process we did the last time when I did something in youth. And we went on a road trip. And it was great. We had our snacks, we had our atlases, we did the whole thing, and we went away on a road trip. So today when I was asked, I thought, stick with what you know. Now we're going on a flight. So that is why we are where we are today. But this morning, somebody asked me, before you go on a flight, you have to do a safety video. Am I right? Can anyone guess in this room who would be concerned about the safety video? It's a person holding his head in his hands at the moment. So Stephen, if you'd like to come up. Oh, in fact, before I ask, Christina already asked, who likes to go on holiday? Hands up, who likes to go on holiday? Does nobody else like to go on holiday? Right, well, Ali, hey, you look like you like to go on a holiday as well. Ali, can you come and give me a hand up here, please? Alan Gardner looks like he likes a holiday. Alan, up you come. Who else? This is great. Louise Moore, do you like going on holidays? Up you come, Louise. You look like you like going on holidays. These lights are blinding. Who else can ask to go up on a holiday? Anyone else? Anyone else like holidays? It's funny how sheepish everyone's became all of a sudden. Charles, come on.
I haven't gone on a holiday.
Pardon?
Eddie.
Eddie?
Eddie loves a holiday.
Maybe Gillian would like to go though. Gillian, up you come. You can go on holiday. You can thank Ali Hay for that. In fact, does your wife like going on holiday with you?
She loves.
Does she like going on holiday?
Loves it.
Up you come, Caroline. This is great. I've got a whole heap of haze. This is fantastic. Up you come. So, Lacey, if you'd like to come up and help me, we are going to do something a little bit different. Who remembers the game that you used to play at Sunday school or Christmas parties called Knights, Cavaliers and Horsemen? Well, we are going to do this with a twist. This is going to be life jackets, seat belts, and masks. So if you give us a minute, in fact, one of the things that we want to make sure here on Apex Airways is your comfort. So I have two lovely assistants that I'm now allowed to call trolley dollies that will be coming up the middle. That's the one thing I was told not to call them, but here they come anyway. They're coming up the aisles. They are going to hand out sweeties. If you need a pen, because you will need a pen at some point during the service, make sure you take a pen. Right. Managing, Lacey? Right. Got out of the road. 6. So during the service, you were handed out when you came in a boarding pass. Everyone get their boarding passes? Right. 6. Everybody get a... You're going to need this. You're going to need your life jackets. You're going to have to bear with me because I never really thought out how I was going to do this, as you can tell. We'll just wing it. It's all right. We're here to have fun anyway. This is Stephen Sangster's fault, by the way. Has everyone got a life jacket in front of them? Stephen needs in. Okay. Gillian, you've got in. Lacey, how are we getting on? Right, come on, first time. So, actually, with some extra things to add. Yep. Louise, put on your stuff. There's more coming. There's more coming. Ali, you'll need to open that pocket.
That like
No, this isn't your mask. This is your. That's for you, Alan. You can get it out. Oh. Get it on. Look, we don't want to hear for your Nadine. Let's just get aboard. Stephen, this is for you. If you've got in your. No, Caroline. I'll need a ladies' one for Caroline. You have to bear with us. We're getting there. We're getting there eventually. That's what, much smoother in my head. Has everybody got a sweetie? Aye. Great. Caroline, here we go.
I think I need to try that.
No, you're not allowed. Right. So, like we said, these are your seat belts. These are your life jackets. Ali's right in us, can you tell? Right, Ali? Oh, yes! Check him out. Carly, look at her. She was made for this. Okay, so that's got to be a quick game, hopefully. Masks. Aye, dress up. Masks. It's not got to give the full effect if you didn't dress up, Ali. I was actually delighted to see Ali appear at church today because I thought this is exactly the guy I want involved. And here are our masks. You just have to, right? Here we go. So this is, we're going to need crowd participation because you're going to have to tell me Fahasdeen is the fastest. Right, Julian? There's stuff, oh, this is great. So when I shout out one of the items, you're going to have to give a demonstration on how to put it on, and it's the fastest person to get it on, fastened, and off again is the winner. Okay? So for a run through, are you ready? First your life jacket went, Ali. No, this is the game. You've got your mask? Right. So if our DNA is, it's like Knights, Cavaliers, and Horsemen, apart from it's life jackets, masks, and seat belts. So when I shout out seat belts, grab your seat belt, it'll be on the ground, put it up, fasten it around your waist, unclip it, put it back down. Stephen's looking fantastic. Look at Stephen. He's adjusted the seat belt. So, is everybody dressed? Everybody, it's okay. We'll survive with what we've got. I've probably taken up too much time out of it anyway. So, has everybody got their stuff that they need? Yeah. Stand up straight by your pile, and you guys are going to have to tell us the last person to get their stuff on has got to be out. But I might shout. I might shout numerous items, okay? So I might shout more than one item you have to get them both on. So for example, no, keep it on as long as you can. So for a trial run, life jackets. Oh, they're serious. Come on, life jackets, go. Well done. Right, off the life jackets again. Seat belts. Oh. Poor effort. Masks. Seat belts. Life jackets. Masks. Seat belts. Right, so this is for real this time. So, crowd, you're going to have to shout out fast last. Abby, put a hand down, because we'll be doing this for hours otherwise. We're getting there. Right, this is serious. Last person to hear their stuff on is out. Okay? Oh, got a malfunction. Has everybody had their sweeties? Have you got a pen? Okay, we'll have to share. Sorry. Budget only stretched so far. Are we ready, Ali? All right, Ali's ready. Okay, let's go for life jackets. Sorry, Gillian, you're out. Just go down, that's fine. Head away once you're out, that's great. Well done, Gillian. Okay. Seat belts. Life jackets. Masks. Sorry, Stephen, you're out. And it was him that wanted a safety briefing, can you believe it? Ali's legs got stuck, this is great. Okay. Life jackets. Seat belts. Masks. Oh, Alan. Oh, it's down to the haze. This is what I was hoping for. This could not have worked out better. Move into the middle if you can, if I can, so everybody can see you. Louise, this is for bragging rights at Sunday dinner. That's what this is for. Okay, are we ready? Ali's taking this really seriously, can you tell? Okay, take it off. Right, we are going for masks. Seatbelts. Life jackets. Oh, Caroline. Caroline's out this time. Down to the father and daughter. Are we ready? Oh, look at this. You still got your seatbelt on, Ali. Oh, well. Let's start with masks. Life jackets. Hey! Well done, Louise. Thank you, guys. If you can help me kick this stuff out of the road, that would be great, because I'm going to end up breaking my neck. So that was just a bit of fun. Today, I want to talk to you about baggage. You know, it's something when you're going on holiday, like we heard earlier on, it's great to pack. It's great to fill up. If you're anything like my wife, it's done about 3 weeks before you go. And you're not allowed to look at anything that's in the suitcase because, you know, heaven forbid you use a pair of socks or something that you might be needing that happen to be put away in a suitcase. But as Christians, as we know, we've got a way to get rid of baggage. So today I'm going to talk through some of the things that we can get rid of. So I'm going to start with one thing that often when you hear people preach, I hope I've got these cases the right way around, this has got to be terrible. Often when you hear people preach, they end with this piece of baggage because it's the biggest, it's the heaviest, it's the one that takes the most out of your life. And it's something that each and every one of us, at one point in our life, or on a daily basis, have struggled with. In this suitcase is where we find sin. You know, Jesus died for us to take away our sins. It's the most significant bag that we carry because it affects each and every one of us. Sin's weighed us down, it distances us from God, and it drags us into a life of shame and brokenness. You know, when John the Baptist saw Jesus approaching, in John 1:29, it says, "Look, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world." You know, John, when he was baptized, and recognized what Jesus was there to do. It wasn't apparent totally at that point that for everyone that why Jesus has arrived, but he knew his calling and what he was there to accomplish. And John the Baptist recognized it in it as well. But Jesus didn't come just to help us with this bag. You know, we didn't just hand it over to him like we do at the front desk when you're checking in, and we'll see it again later. Jesus came to remove this bag of sin so we never have to touch it again. And that's one of the things we have to remember. You know, God, when he gave his son into earth, and that's why I want to start with this, because I really think in a service like this, a family service, you know, we've all struggled and all do struggle with it. But Jesus died on that cross to give us a life without sin and without this baggage and hindrance for us to carry around. So that's why I'm starting with that one. So there we go. We can unload the suitcase of sin. The next bag that a lot of us deal with, it's a little bit littler than the other one. It's maybe not as heavy. It's convenient. We can trail it around with us. The next bag that we can deal with in our lives today is a bag of hopelessness. You know, so often in life, things are difficult. Life is hard. You know, we're not just promised that, oh yeah, you've become a Christian, everything's got to be absolutely fantastic. No. There's hard times too. There's times where it's really difficult to find hope. And it's easy to feel like things will never get better. Who's ever felt like that? That's called hopelessness. When things have gone so far, you've banged your head against the wall so many times, you've done so many things that you just can't see a way out. Well, that's hopelessness. Jesus died on that cross to turn hopelessness into hope. And that's one thing we have to keep remembering. No matter what we face, we can walk in the hope that God is working on our behalf. You know, it's so easy to keep looking back. Oh, do you remember that time when this went wrong? Do you remember that time when that didn't go the way I wanted? Do you remember when that unexpected bill came? Do you remember when that illness came? Do you remember when? We serve a God that we can cast all of our hopelessness into, and he will return an empty bag that we can turn into hope. So that's my next piece of luggage, hopelessness. Now this other bag, again, is one we hear a lot about these days. They've changed the way that we operate now, and the word that we used to use has become almost more palatable. It's a word that we hear so often. Well, the word's fear, but we've changed it to anxiety. You know, we've become an anxious people. We all suffer with anxiety. You know, we all go through times of anxiety. We all go through times of fear. We're all worried about something. The younger generation, when there was COVID, how many people had to deal with getting back into public and dealing with people and being around people and fear. You know, we've almost made the word anxiety a more palatable thing to deal with. But in Matthew 6:25-7, Jesus told us, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you eat or drink, or about your body or what you wear. Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life?" How many hours have we spent worrying about something? How many times have we worried about something that's never actually came to pass? I have. Oh no, what's the outcome going to be here? What are people going to think? What are we going to do? And how many times the worry and fear and anxiety held us back from our full potential? You know, God has said, cast your cares upon me. It says it on those things that we've handed out this morning. Cast your cares upon me. And actually the reason you need a pen is during the service, if there's a piece of baggage in your life that you feel that you want to hand over to God, write it on the back of those boarding passes. That's why I want everyone to have a pen. Write it on the back of the boarding passes, and when, towards the end, my trolley dollies, that I'm not allowed to call them, will come up and we're going to collect that because we believe in the symbolism of getting that out of your life. You know, maybe it doesn't mean anything just to write it on the piece of paper, but actually, if you mean it when you write it, it can make a huge difference. So fear. You know, fear's a funny one for me because I remember, as all of you know, I'm sure, my daughter Libby's a fantastic swimmer. I remember when Libby was 5. She was still 5 years old, and she was in Peterhead swimming pool. And she's quite a driven child. I don't know where she gets it from. It must be her mother. But she's quite driven. And she told Donna and me one day that she wanted to go off the top diving board in Peterhead Pool. Now, she was 5. She says, why do you want to do it? She says, well, I really want to do it before I turn 6. So then forever, she's got bragging rights that she wants to jump off the top board before she was 5. So, of course, as, parents would, we encouraged her, absolutely, Libby, of course you can. We'll be right behind you. We'll be cheering you on, thinking, this will never happen. She's got to get to the top of there, look over and say, not for me. And that'll be a life lesson. She'll realize to live within her boundaries. So Donna and myself are sitting at the top of the spectators gallery. And here comes Libby, 5 years old. Any kids in here 5? Daniel, are you 5? Georgie? Georgie's 5. So if you think Georgie, she's a bit taller than Georgie, right enough. Walking up the steps, we're looking, oh, here she goes. This is her making her big debut. Climbs up the first set of steps up to where the second board is. Surely that's going to be enough. Up she goes again to the top. Donna and me are thinking, she's quickly going to learn. That's too high. That's too much for her to do. No, true to form, Libby looks over the edge of the pool like this. Looks up, smiles at us. Off she goes. Our hearts almost stopped, of course. Hits the water. I think the lifeguard thought, what on earth are these parents doing letting that kid do it? Anyway, afterwards, taking her out, she's been in a shower, she went to get dressed. Libby, were you not scared when you jumped off the board? She said, of course I was, Dad. I says, well, why didn't you stop? She says, Dad, I just pushed the fear aside. And in that moment, I realized what fear was. Fear's an obstacle. Fear's not something that we have to live by. Fear's not something that we have to let take control of our life. Fear is something we can pick up and shift to the side. And with God, he says, you're not adding a single hour to your life by worry. Not about what you eat, what you do. Stop the worrying. Hand it over to God. So here we go. The baggage of fear. Now this next one, this is a tricky one. And I'll tell you why it's tricky. Because those ones are fantastic. They're ones we hand over to other people. They're the ones we rock up, book ourselves in, check in, hand them away to a lady, and she takes them away. So they're things that we can just give away. They're brilliant. This next one, this is the one we carry. And I've taken this one, this specific bag, for a reason. Because it's got loads of buckles and clips on it. Because this is one that we hold on to pretty tight. We'll walk around with it. It's heavy in our back. In fact, besides sin, this is the heaviest baggage that we carry. You know, when we're walking, it's always with us. It's on our back. It's kind of the weight of the world sometimes, and we carry it everywhere with us. We allow it to make our decision process through what's carried on our back. But it's really important that we try and deal with this one. Because in this bag, if I can take it off, it's not one we often like to admit that we carry, but we all kind of love to keep a hold of it. And like I say, there's buckles and clips everywhere on this bag, and I chose it for a reason, because it's really hard to get into. Because in this bag, it's where unforgiveness lives. You know, so many times in our lives, we feel we've maybe been wronged or slighted. Somebody's missed something that was important to us. You know, so many times in our lives, we look through our perspective, and maybe the people that we're harboring unforgiveness towards don't even know they've done something wrong to us. You know, often we think, how could they be doing what they're doing when they've done that to me? But Jesus came and told us to deal with unforgiveness. And Luke, listen to this. In Luke 23:34, do you know what it says? As Jesus hung on the cross, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. If anyone had the chance to walk around with a bag on their back and say, oh, not them, do you know what they did? Do you know what they're doing? He was looking into the eyes of the very people who nailed him to the cross, and he found forgiveness. Without forgiveness, we wouldn't be here today. You know, we cling on to these things, and it's really easy for us to say, well, they've really, really hurt me. Well, how about taking the time to tell them they've hurt you instead of making people guess? Because all we're doing when we do unforgiveness is we're creating barriers. It's more things for God to break down. It's another clip on the bag to hold it closer to our back. And like I say, this is one of the heaviest ones because it's something we have to deal with ourselves. There's a bag of unforgiveness. This next one, you'll see they're getting smaller, but again, this is one we really don't want to let go. This is one, if we could, we'd wear on our front. Because actually, we don't want anyone to see what's in this bag. When we open up this bag, we'll hope nobody's looking over our shoulders. Because in this bag is where shame lives. We've all done something wrong. There's not one person in this whole room that can say they've lived a life without shame or something they regret. I'm first. A little bit of my backstory, which I'm sure a lot of you know. Went away from God, lived a bit of a wild life for a long time. And for me to stand up here, the first thing the devil throws at me is shame. Because I think, what about all the people that knew me before? What about all the people that helped maybe put some things in this bag of mine? What are they going to think? And so often, we worry about shame as if it's something that, God can't see through. God knows our shame. Not only when he died on the cross did he die for our sins, he died for the shame of our sins as well. The weight that we carry in our hearts is the very thing that Jesus died for. Every person in here, I'm sure, has got something that they're ashamed of, something in their life that they feel has possibly held them back. But in Isaiah 61:7, God made a promise to his people, us. Instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion. And instead of disgrace, you'll rejoice in inheritance. The great thing about inheritance, Mom, are you listening? The great thing about inheritance is you have to belong to someone to get one. Because we belong to God, there's an inheritance that we can rejoice in. And so often we let our shame get in the way of the things thinking, well, there's no way God can use me. There's no way he can do that. I'm just, a mere mortal. I've done so many things. If people in this church knew the things that I had done, the walls might fall down. No, they won't. Because Jesus paid the price, not only for your sin, but firstly for your shame. So that's great. So our bags are empty. We're feeling light. We're settling in. We're getting ready for our flight. We've made it on. We're in the seats. Kicked back. Picked a movie. Our air stewards have been round, made sure everything's comfortable. Got our blanket, depends how long it is. And here we are, we've landed. We've made it. We're finally away on holiday. And what do? We go off a flight. Try and remember everything we came with. Children, they can be a pest. Take them with you. If anyone's ever been on holiday with me, they'll understand I am on a mission where I am on holiday. I mean, you better keep up or you are left behind. That is it. As soon as that door opens, you cannot see me for little steamies and dust. I'm off. Keep up. Every person, this is true, Lacey will tell you, every person I pass, I think, is a 5-minute bonus out of the immigration line. I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog collecting rings, just off. I don't care if your legs are numb. Tough luck. Keep up. Off we go. We make it. We're there. Our passport's stamped. Our name's in the Lamb's Book of Life. We've made it. Then what do we do? Baggage claim. Stand and watch life's carousel twist and wind past us, waiting to see where we can pick up our shame, waiting to see where we can pick up our unforgiveness, waiting to see where we pick up our fear, our hopelessness, and often leads to sin. And I'm here to tell you this morning, it's not easy. I struggle with this every day, exactly the same as all of you do. But we'll have to remember that Jesus' promise is new every day and every morning. It refreshes, like hitting the refresh. All we have to do is ask. And this morning, it's great to all be together. I hope it hasn't been too deep and too painful a message. But I really want to drill home the baggage and the things in our lives that we feel we have to carry. The price has already been paid. It's done. It's a free holiday. Hand it over, stop picking it up. And there are many other types of baggage. We don't have time all morning. I wasted too much time doing that game. It was Ali Howe's fault. Put your trust in God. Lay this at his feet and leave it there. He doesn't want you to pick it up again. He's not asking you to. He's not here, like I said, just for a little while to help you carry the burden. He died on a cross so we can leave it at his feet. So this morning I heard from Christina, well actually the other week I heard from Christina about the memory verse that the kids have been learning. And it is so good. And there is a special person that I asked to come up and help me do the memory verse. He's ready for this. Come on, Georgie West, let's hear it. Up you come, Georgie. Got a mic. There you go, you can get your Auntie Ellie's. In fact, do you think you can fit in that suitcase? Yeah, okay. We're going to put you up here so everyone can see you. And we'll want nice and loud. Do you know your memory verse? Are you sure? How many times has your mum made you learn it? Talk into the mic.
About
100?
No.
No, not as much as 100, okay. Would you have to do it more if your dad was here?
Maybe.
I think so. Do you think your dad could do your memory verse?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Right, so nice and loud, nice and clear. Could you go for your memory verse? All right, go my boy, go.
Don't be afraid, for I am your... Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, because I will lift up my victorious right hand. Isaiah 41, verse 10.
Right, do it again, just turned off the mic.
Don't be afraid, for I am your God. Don't be discouraged, for I...
Stop pushing the button. Hot air. Typical West. Is it on? Talk. Right. Talk.
Don't be afraid, for I am... Don't be afraid, for I am your God. Don't be discouraged, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and help you. I will lift up my victorious right hand. Isaiah 41, verse 10.
Woo! Well done, my boy. Brilliant. And it's as simple as that. If Georgie West at 5 years old can get it, how much more prevalent is it to us today? Just grasp it, hold on to it, leave your baggage. In fact, the kids are going to wait to sing a song. Am I right? The words of this song are goodbye yesterday. How many of us need to remember to say goodbye to yesterday? Yeah? Right, kids, up you come. That's me, I'm done. So the ushers are going to come with the bags just now, and any of you that have written anything down that you feel you would, in fact, we'll do it a bit differently. The ushers are going to come just now and take the offering. And as you leave, they'll be standing with the bags.